Welcome back to Building This Park in Planet Coaster 2 episode 4. We are building in Sandbox mode, and today is an interesting episode because we will build a roller coaster. Now, not just any roller coaster, this roller coaster. And in the last episode, in case you missed that, we built the entrance clock tower, you can see it there. But I also wanted to have something more in the entrance than just a boring old clock tower. So I thought, why not weave a little roller coaster into the whole entrance area and the entrance buildings themselves. That's why I haven't continued building them. And the thought behind this coaster basically was that I wanted to have a family-friendly roller coaster to start with, but that also has some surprises packed in. Not just the boring old family coaster, I've built that already. And the idea was to build this, I don't even know how it's called anymore, but that coaster, you know the one with the crazy elements. And I wanted to have to build some optical illusions in it. Now the theme for this one will be a special one because it will be, like a mouse searching for cheese, basically. I couldn't think of anything better, believe me, I tried. So a mouse searching for cheese, and we will hide some cheese in the buildings. That's what we're going with, guys. Stay with me, it will turn out nicely, hopefully. One element you can see there's already in is this drop tower, and it's exactly in line with the station. Now the thought behind that is that if you go out of the station, you think you would travel to there, you would drive onto this track, but then you actually don't, because you accelerate, you get flinged downwards. As you can see, the station is quite high up, and so that would be a surprise. The station is a whole of 11 meters up. I can't calculate that into any other metric, so just right with 11 meters. Then after this turn right, we will go out into an not outback layout, but an outside layout. So far this is in the city, not really, not indoor, but we'll have some indoor elements, but not the whole thing. Here it will be outside. There will be like a bit of theming going on, but not a crazy amount. But then after this turn and the helix that is coming up are done, we will head back to the entrance area where we have the cheese theming. So the thought behind the layout was that I wanted to work a lot with nice swooping overbanked curves, because that's really what the family coaster is all about. And I wanted to nail the speed on this one, so you can see me trying around the whole time. But overall, I built this coaster pretty fast. I would say I spent about 40 minutes on the whole coaster. But the coaster we'll build here is not exactly 100% the final coaster. We will work on the final coaster a bit more throughout the episode, smooth it out at some places. It's a work in progress after all, the whole park. So we will smooth it out a bit and get rid of the rough edges, really. So here you can see that optical illusion, imagine it's dark and you just have a light back there and a light here. Like you will think you would go there, you would be launched there, but you're actually not. We will add another track later on to simulate that better in an upcoming episode, I think. And so here you can see we just will come up again to that. Now, we built from two sides, so it's a bit difficult to get the connection point right. Now, the way you would want to do that, and that I sadly didn't, but thinking about it, you would want to build from both sides until you approach a turn, and you have the entrance on one side and the exit of the turn on the other side. And then you can just connect it and it will automatically form the curve, but I didn't do that. So here you can see the helix. I thought that's something nice. Also, if you travel to the park with the car or with the coach, and you see that helix around the park, which I always think is nice. You get out of the car and you're excited to be there, put on the sunscreen, that hopefully, and you just see this coaster whizzing by and people screaming. And also the other element, you can see the track that switches down. That it's not a drop track, but you get what I mean, the tilting track. That's also a case of that, because later on you will be able to see that track, and yeah, I'm not gonna say what I'm going to do with it exactly, because you will see that in an upcoming episode. Now, yeah, so after this helix, I really wanted to head up to this tilt track, and yeah, that's about it. Like, I honestly haven't ridden this coaster type myself, I gotta admit. I haven't ridden a coaster that has a lot of drop tracks or anything like that. The closest is Voltron in Europa Park, that has like this little turntable, but not more than that. And at that point I really don't get why we only get turntables and other elements like this on this coaster type. Like, why only on the family coaster? Why not on the thrill coaster? That would be interesting, to just be able to have a turntable on your B&M floorless coaster, because why not? This game is about creativity, really. If you want to build something realistic, you won't put it there. It's that simple. The devs don't need to restrict us as they do all the time. We can figure shit out ourselves. Yeah, so here you can see me testing it a bit, and the smoothing tool is such a dream. You just smooth over it a little bit and boom, perfect. Just nothing, no chittering, nothing. You can really just smooth on the go, you know. When you have the test camera, like in Planet Coaster 1, you had the test camera, and it just was horrible because it was always chittering around and you didn't want to spend like an hour smoothing it. Like here, you just have to spend 5 minutes. Just smooth over it once and you have a way better idea what is going on. So then I was thinking about how could I incorporate this coaster into the entrance more, because we already have it. Have the drop track there, and now we're heading into where the whole main street will be. And I thought, we have this tower here we haven't done anything with, so why not circle around this tower? That would surely look nice. Like also on an image, imagine you go to park, you take a selfie, and there's just this roller coaster whizzing by in the background. That would be pretty nice, and it looks like something that looks good on an advertising poster as well. Even though I don't have to worry about that since this is Planet Coaster. My advertising poster is the thumbnail, to be honest. Somebody told me they look shit. They honestly do. I tried to do better. But then I wanted to try out something that will be very original and new, which is looping the coaster back around while the ride is still going backwards. You can see me doing now. Like, I thought, how cool would it be if every ride would be different? Like, either it's facing forward or backward. That was the whole idea I had here. It would be so cool. Imagine you're going on a roller coaster and you don't know if you face forward or backwards. And then on this table here, you would just turn forward and then backward. And every ride would be a bit different, at least if you ride 2 consecutive times. But the game doesn't let us. The game just doesn't want that. I mean, they probably have problems with the guests getting in and the way they programmed it, but it would have been so nice. Just imagine, you don't know if it's forward or backwards, so just go into the station and you see like, oh no, it's backwards, or oh no, it's forward. Whatever you like more. I personally like riding backward on like spinning coasters and stuff. But yeah, here it's not possible, sadly. But yeah, you gotta try those things out when you buy a new game. That's just part of it. Then I tried out this switch track here, which is just another level of interesting. I mean, but yeah, I wanted to get some more speed out of here, so that we can launch back to the station. Now, the whole roller coaster, really, if you think about it, is a huge waste of energy, because we launch and then we stop. And then we tilt the track, which takes energy. And then we stop again, switch a track, and then we launch again. And then we brake again into the station. But really, that's what roller coasters have become more. I mean, they've always been a waste of energy, if you think about it. It's just riding some track that doesn't lead to anywhere, really. Like, somebody thought, let's build a train, but uncomfortable with some hills in the way, and it doesn't go anywhere. That's basically a roller coaster. So I'm not worried about that. And it's also interesting to just stop in the middle, and yeah. But I'm really interested. Do you think this trend of having the coaster stop? I mean, it's really a trend by now, and having turntables will stay, or will it fade away? Because I could well imagine that it's just like a bit of a, a marketing gig. You know, oh, only our coaster has a turntable in it, and you will go backwards some unexpected way. But I mean, you always kind of expect it because you're queuing the ride, you can see it. And secondly, if every park does that, is that really worth it? I personally think it will stay on some rides, but certainly not on all of them. And yeah, I do like those turntables in real life, but I'm not crazy for them. Like I also like a normal roller coaster that doesn't have them, but for family coasters, they sure make them interesting. I just remembered I did ride another coaster that had some special tracks in it, which is at Phantasialand, the spinning coaster, Winja's Fear and Force. They have a switch track, or it's a fall track really. It like falls down, basically that, yeah. And that was pretty nice as well. So I really think that this kind of coaster just lives with the theming it has. If the theming is terrible, the switch track won't do anything because you can see it from 5 million kilometers away. But if you really theme it well, it could be nice. But we need to speed up here, because coming up is an on-ride coming here. Now the only thing I want to know from you anymore is, how do you like this coaster? What do you want to see improved, or is it just perfect? We see us next time. Goodbye.